Hello YouTube, this is EpicDuelz bringing you a Yu-Gi-Oh discussion today. Okay, so before I begin, I just want to say that I've been in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene here now for about 2 to 3 years, so I kind of feel like I have a good grasp on what cards are actually good and what cards are pretty much terribly bad. And every time I come across this one card, it's kind of on the fence. I think it's a great card, and I just don't understand why we don't see it more than in Yu-Gi-Oh. So let's just get right into it. The card that I'm keeping a mystery is Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare. Okay, so for those who don't know what this card does, I'm just going to go ahead and read it for you. I actually do own one of these here. When a monster your opponent controls that was special summoned this turn activates its effect, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Okay, so obviously the monster that was special summoned has to activate its effect that turn. I mean, but usually when someone special summons a monster, they use that effect that turn more than not. Another great thing about this card is that it kind of is a low profile Solemn Strike. Okay, so let me read you Solemn Strike, and then I'll read you this again, and then kind of let me know what you think if it sounds kind of similar. So Solemn Strike is when a monster would be special summoned or a monster effect is activated, pay 1,500 life points, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Now read this one. So when a monster your opponent controls that was special summoned this turn activates its effect, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. So negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Negate the effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Other than this card being a low profile Solemn Strike, I want to go over the pros and cons of the card, and at the end of the video, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below if you think this card would be good, or if we should see it more in play. Let me know what you guys think, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. The first pro is kind of like a financial standpoint. This card I checked on TCG Player today, and it is 60 cents. I went ahead and checked Solemn Strikes too. They're around $33, so I went ahead and did the math. You can own about 20 of these for one Solemn Strike, so you can fit the 3 of these into 6 different decks for the price of one Solemn Strike, and I think that is just, for this being a low grade Solemn Strike, that is just amazing. Also, another pro for this card is that it does not target. There's a ton of cards, they're untargetable these days, and that's one great underlying effect of this card, I believe, that it doesn't target. Another great thing is that it's at 3 on the ban list. Granted, so is Solemn Strike, but Solemn Strike sees a lot of play, and I feel like whenever the ban list does come out, it's going to either get hit to 1. I don't think banned, I mean, that's unreasonable, but 1 is definitely the way to go for this card. Next, this card, for being so cheap, it's got easy access, so you can throw it into your casual decks and have fun with it. It's just an easy card to pick up. Also, one of the best pros for this card is that it doesn't cost any life points to activate. So you can activate 3 of these, and you can activate your 3 Solemn Strikes, burn yourself for 4,500 life points, and possibly do the same exact thing that this card does, negate the effects and not the summons. Now let's go ahead and look at the cons. So the first con that you notice is that the special summon has to go through, and that the monster's effect has got to be activated. I mean, about 90% of the time that happens, but then there's the other 10% where your opponent doesn't activate the effect, and you're just kind of sitting there, what's going on here, But the biggest con for this card is that it does not prevent pendulum summons like Solemn Strike does. I mean, it can negate and destroy a pendulum summon monster's effect. I mean, so that makes it still pretty good, but it does not wipe out the whole field like Solemn Strike. Also, this card doesn't prevent normal summons. But I mean, the normal summon effect maybe, isn't as great as one of the special summon monsters later's effects. So it does come through when it needs to. And also, it's not a counter trap, so it's not speed 3. Alright, that is my Yu-Gi-Oh discussion for you guys today on the Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare. And let me know what you guys think. I mean, dude, is this card bad? Am I a bad Yu-Gi-Oh player? Let me know in the comments below. And be sure to like and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh awesomeness, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.